Welcome to Las Vegas, Nevada, and this home for sale with a pool and no HOA. And this home, I brought you out here today because of the price. Built in 1981, so we're gonna see some vintage style inside of this home today. 2,222 square feet of living space, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. Yeah, built in 1981 with that pool. Almost 8,000 square feet on the lot for $257 a square foot. And that's only $569 for this home in Green Valley, 89014, no HOA. It's gonna be wonderful. Follow me inside, let's go take a look. All right, everyone, here we are. No HOA, home for sale with the pool. Looks like a single story, but you'll find out once we get inside that it's not. Grass front yard, that's natural grass, of course. You're grandfathered in. Not too many natural grass front yards left in Las Vegas because of the new law passed in 2007. But you got one here, and what first caught my eye with this home was just the curb appeal. I love the style of this home. You have the brick, you kind of have the siding there. We actually have a shingle roof that looks to be on the newer side. Looks to be in great condition. That classic brick chimney here. Of course, we're gonna have the pool. No HOA. Now there is kind of this extra spot over here. I'll have to look at the actual lot lines. I don't know. This must be part of this yard here. I mean, it is almost 8,000 square feet. So yeah, just kind of this extra space here. Very interesting. But I'll show you around the neighborhood. And we're right here in the heart of Green Valley, 331 Pella Drive, Henderson, Nevada, 89014. But you can see just a nice, quiet, clean neighborhood here in Green Valley. Let's go take a look inside of this home. And only $257 a square foot, 2,222 square feet of living space. I do like these lights out front here on these little pillars. But let's walk up inside. Now, the first thing I'm doing if I buy this house, I'm ripping out all of this right here. I want to get rid of that. I want to see the whole front of the home. Really the only thing blocking the view of like the front door, but I think that's got to go. They have rose bushes around, just need a little trim, but yeah, you have a little covered front patio space here. Perfect for a little garden maybe back here on this side if you wanted to do some plants. You do have those roses in the front. And then this covered entryway, red front door, the glass inserts. But let's step inside. So walking in, you can see we have vaulted ceilings going up to the second floor there. So at least 18 feet on those. We kind of have a feature wall. You're gonna see a lot of interesting things on this tour. A lot of decoration choices. The entryway is this raised up tile area here. So you can see like a step down or on either side, and that engineered wood floor. We're also gonna have that on the stairs. I always love when the stairs have the wall texture in white and then the stairs on top. I think that's a good look. We are gonna have a little coat closet here immediately to the right as we walk in. But yeah, for only $569 with a pool in this area, you tell me what you think about the price when we're done with the tour. Yeah, natural light coming in through the front door there. Now I do have one critique on this home, and it's not the home itself. It's more of a getting it ready to sell situation. And I try to always be positive, but I gotta say, if you're trying to sell a home, at least have some lights. I mean, I don't know what's going on with the lights in this house. I'm gonna show you several different areas where they're just not very bright, need new light bulbs, just don't work. Of course, if you purchase the home, we're gonna make sure everything works and everything, you know, is to your standards. That's why we do the inspection. I like this beam going across, maybe in a different color. You could do the natural wood there. But yeah, the vaulted ceilings. I have the plantation shutters open. in several points on the house, and you'll see why. But I'm just trying to get some light in here. So there's literally no light in this room at all. You have a ceiling fan without a light. I don't know how to turn these lights on over this fireplace, but I do kind of like this fireplace area. I like these natural wood floating shelves, and you'll see how dark it gets just when I close this one shutter here. But I do like this look with the natural wood on the matte black wall. Now, personally, I would have done this in black as well in the middle because you want that contrast for your TV. Easily fit a 75-inch TV in here. They have the cables run. I like the mantle as well. And then a wood burning fireplace, 1981. That's beautiful also in white. And that's paintable. You can do a lot with that. You have the units on either side and then more of those floating shelves. So I do like the overall look here. And this is going to be your living room on this side. We do have the family room on the other side. And that brings us over to this dining room. You can kind of see outside of that pool, but again, very low light in this dining room and just easily fixed. Throw some bulbs in there with some bright light so we can see what we're looking at. It's probably a little brighter on camera than what I'm seeing in person. We do have a nice wide white baseboard. They have this treatment on the wall here, which we see in those early 90s, late 80s homes. So that's kind of a nice look. The plantation shutters on the slider going out back. Plenty of room for dining here. I will point out, look at this light, and then you're going to see like some dining lights in bedrooms. Kind of interesting. And again, I'm not trying to be negative. I'm coming out to tour the house. It'd be nice if there was some light here. We do have a light bulb out up there in the chandelier. But yeah, great overall floor plan. I think I've toured this floor plan before. We're gonna go ahead up these stairs right now. By the way, if you don't know who I am, I'm Andrew Guiant with Simply Vegas, local licensed top selling realtor here in Las Vegas, Henderson, and Summerlin. And if you have real estate questions, needs, looking to buy or sell, just give me a call. I'd love to chat. So up the stairs, this is gonna bring us into bedroom number 1. So I have this painted flower mural on the wall. I've definitely toured this model before. Now I remember the ceiling. You kind of have this vaulted ceiling here. Kind of a cool look, but there's our first chandelier. And again, I had to open these shutters up all the way because even with the light on, you're gonna see very dark room here. And I don't know that you can really change out these to brighter lights, but you can just throw a light up there, one of those LEDs or something. But I get it, they want to keep the aesthetic. I do like this beam running across. And we have a Jack and Jill bathroom here. Nice sink, overmount Kohler porcelain sink, white painted cabinets, and the home is pretty turnkey. I mean, again, just some style choices and some light bulbs and you're good to go. And maybe I shouldn't point out my frustrations, but it's just if you're gonna try to sell a house, let's at least make it nice and bright inside, you know? Go in model homes, they don't have window coverings. Big walk-in closet here, which is nice, into this Jack and Jill. Yeah, model homes don't have window coverings for a reason. They also don't have interior doors for a reason. So imagine this door's gone, that door's gone. Just gives you this open flow. Little misleading, of course, when you're looking at those model homes, but as long as you're aware of it, not a big deal. You come in after you buy the house, you go, wait, this bathroom doesn't feel as big. Well, it's because they added the doors on your home. Another overmount porcelain sink here by Kohler, custom mirror. And yeah, the plantation shutters, every room. Porcelain tub here. And this looks to have been remodeled since the home was built. Probably this whole bathroom, really. And this tile, if you look at the tile and the grout here, this is what it used to look like. So if you get that steamed and cleaned up, it'll be closer to this bright tile. Then they've done the black in the bathroom here as well. Now be careful with your dark colors in the bathroom, because dark colors in the bathroom have to be semi-gloss, and they do get a little bit shiny. So just be aware of that if you're doing a darker color in the bathroom. You can kind of see the shine coming off of this wall here. Not a bad thing, just be aware of it. And then they do have the little chair rail. That looks like plastic. That's not wall. Wow, very interesting treatment. Oh, that's all the way around. Okay. Yeah, so they kind of have like these vinyl, this vinyl siding here. Maybe it came with the chair rail and they just kind of slapped it on there. Interesting. But yeah, this bathroom definitely remodeled, and you can see it behind the toilet there as well. And that'll back us into bedroom number 2. We are going to have a downstairs bedroom as well. So we have 3 up and 1 down. Primary will be upstairs. Pink inside of this closet here. But they do have nice build outs and some drawers here. Plenty of room to hang clothes. And then, oh, well, so in here we have not the vinyl, but it's a wood, and it's that chair rail, or I don't know if technically this is wainscoting because it doesn't have, you know, kind of the shiplap look to it, but there is a treatment on the wall. And we also have crown molding in this bedroom. So a lot of work went into this home. I mean, they've done a lot of custom things. And again, I want to hear your thoughts on price, location. Let me know what you think. Great flooring, no carpet in the home. I love to see that. I think I talked about this on the last video. You know, that's probably into a stud, but a lot of these nails you can just literally pull out, you know, and then like that looks much better than having like a nail head in there. So just little touches. And then into this hallway, and we have a dark hallway because I can't get these lights on either. And, you know, let's figure out, is it a breaker? Is it a light bulb? Like, let's get these lights on, you know? Especially right now at this time of year. So that's a big linen closet, some deep adjustable shelves here. But this time of year, I mean, it gets dark at like 3 p.m. it feels like. So, I mean, let's say somebody comes out to see this house after work and you don't have any of this natural light coming in. I mean, this can be a very dark house. You got to see it early, you know? So, yeah, I would just like to see more light. So all these cabinets here, good, pretty good condition. Probably need a cleanup or a paint job. And then you have more linen storage, and then this custom painted wall. So either a mural artist lived here or they hired somebody to come in and paint these walls, which I do kind of think is pretty cool. It's like a jungle look here. And it's done very well. I mean, if you like it, you could definitely leave it. It looks to be in great shape. A few little touch-ups here and there, but yeah, overall good. This railing could easily be turned dark like the floor, which I think would look really good as well. But I think maybe they were trying to keep this lighter wood theme like we see down there on those shelves and things. And we'll see that again in another room. And then that will bring us over into this primary bedroom. Pretty large primary bedroom. Again, very fancy lighting here for the primary. This room is fairly bright, so I'm not going to complain about that in here. When you do have a light similar to this one, you are going to get kind of these shadows on the wall, which you may or may not like. But that's kind of one of the things that, you know, you got to pay attention sometimes, like when you're remodeling kitchens and you're putting up new lights and those pendant lights, you got to think about the shadows it creates on the walls. And then a big picture window here. And this is a big bedroom. It's about 11 or 12 by about 15. So a pretty good sized bedroom here. And again, the whole house only 2,222 square feet. It smells great in here. That's always a good thing. You want it to smell good. And there's two types of, so they have the inside of this closet. It's kind of a gray color, maybe that agreeable gray. And then it's all built out as well. And you have two of these closets, one on either side. But basically, when you walk into a house and they have, you know, air fresheners or something that smells, it's usually you get two different smells. There's one where it just smells good and it smells clean and it just kind of enhances the air. And then you get the other one where they're clearly masking something. So it does smell good, but you can kind of tell that there's something else behind that smell that maybe you're not smelling right off the bat. So just something else to be aware of. But yeah, this house smells great, smells clean, no issues there. I do like these basin porcelain sinks here. We have the espresso cabinets with the brushed nickel handles. We have the elephant style faucets, very cool. So again, they've done some work in this bathroom as well. These lights are newer. Corian countertop, sinks, faucets newer. I'm assuming newer than the 81. I mean, just if I had to guess. And then yeah, they've redone this whole shower. So based on the aesthetics, looks like maybe they did this in the late 2000s. I mean, around 2010. I'd say 2007 to 2012 they did this, because at that point in time, this was what everyone wanted. Everyone wanted the dark espresso cabinets with the brushed nickel handles. That was just like the thing back then. So, but yeah, good sized primary bathroom. And we can always find out all the information on the house for you. You know, you want to know exactly when the bathrooms were redone. I mean, anything like that, we'll figure it out. I mean, I answer questions all day long for clients. You know, what's this? Why is that like that? Just kind of part of what I do. So we can always find out all the answers for you, if of course they know them. So back down the stairs here, and then we're going to head over to this other side of the home. Again, I like this little spot here. You kind of have these natural wood shelves again with the black background. And I can't wait to reveal this light here. I don't know if you saw it, but very interesting light in this family room. There's a big walk-in pantry here. You can see all the shelving, storage or pantry. Whatever you like. I mean, you have your alarm hookups and things like that, but we aren't too far off of the kitchen. I'll kind of show you the location, but I think this is going to be the pantry if you choose so. Downstairs bathroom, again, we have 3 full baths in this home. Same tile we saw upstairs, upgraded gold and black handles here, and then this fiberglass basin, sink there with the chrome faucet, and then they do have the gold mirror. I'm not going to say anything about that. Kind of a pink on the walls in here. They definitely weren't afraid of color in this home. And then we have the porcelain tub, so full bath. Nice little tile stripping here, although there's no other tile like that in the bathroom. And then this gray, big block, shiny tile. 2 different color grays, I think. I think you have like a gray and then something a little more tan on the back wall. Then your brushed nickel faucet, shower head. Double towel rack, there you go, double towel rack. This is a different flooring from the other room. When did the flooring switch? Oh, there's the culprit. Okay, I'll show you where it switches, but that room over there, engineered wood. This is a laminate wood look here. And then we have the pass-through laundry room. You are going to get the washer, dryer, refrigerator. These are Maytag front loader. So a very nice washer and dryer there. Again, just a little bit dim in here. It almost, Just an interesting layout here. I'm not sure. I guess it had to be the original laundry room. I'm just getting a feeling that maybe it wasn't. I don't know why. Then out into the garage here. So 2-car garage, central vac over there in the corner. Although I didn't see any of the central vac hookups on the bottom of the wall. We do have a service door over here going out back. And some storage shelves on the side, water heater in the corner, water shut off, pegboard. You can hang all your tools. I never had luck with these pegboards because these things move up and down. I feel like I would just grab a tool and the thing just pops off all the time. I don't know, I didn't have good luck with pegboards personally. And then they sell these little things that like strap them on, but I didn't have luck with those either. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not a pegboard guy, or maybe it's user error. Yeah, that's your full garage here. 2-car garage. Looks like we have some low voltage lighting too. Not plugged in, but so this is an interesting thing to point out. Well, something's not plugged in, something is. So this is not plugged in, this is. But this is gonna come up on inspection report every time. So you see this extension cord here runs around up to the top and across and is plugged in there. You cannot have an extension cord running something that runs full time. So that's gonna come up on inspection. You know, their first solution is gonna be unplug it all, right? But you have to have power here somehow. And basically that's gonna come up, like you can't have a refrigerator, anything that's plugged in full time on an extension cord. If it's like temporary, I mean, that's fine. But yeah, this would be considered like a full-time use case. You can't have that per the inspection report. So that will come up. The door also does hit this dryer. Is that the dryer or the washer? That's the dryer. No, that's the washer. They look kind of the same. So it does hit that door a little bit. I don't know if you can push it in. Did want to point that out. Again, you get thorough tours on this channel. By the way, if you like my channel, hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss these tours. I put out every day. So into this bedroom, ceiling fan works. Oh, I pulled the string. It does work, trust me. But the light does not. Yeah, you can see the fan on there. Controlled by the switch, I believe. I think, yeah. But the light does not work. So again, open up those plantation shutters. We're back to that engineered wood floor here. Looks like newer closet doors. And a good sized downstairs bedroom. See the pool out back. I can't wait to get to show you out back. That really nice pool, but again, just we need a light bulb in here or something. We also noticed stains like this on the ceiling. Don't know what's going on there. What your inspector is gonna do is they're gonna put a moisture meter on there. If it's dry and shows no moisture, then probably no issue. Hard to say because it is a 2-story home. We wanna know what's above here. It's probably a bathroom. But if it's dry, shouldn't be an issue. Don't think this is a roof leak because of the fact that we're on a 2-story. So it'd have to be a bathroom or something like that. But really, if we want to make sure it's dry, if it is dry, then there's probably no issue here. If it's not dry, then we need to find out what's leaking and why it's doing that. Another note, you cannot paint this portion and have it match the rest of the ceiling. The only way to get rid of that, let's say it is dry and they're just stains, you have to paint the entire ceiling. So you will need to paint it edge to edge, otherwise you're always gonna see that spot. Inspect, inspect, inspect. If you're buying a brand new construction home, get an inspector. Doesn't matter what you're doing, get an inspector. So here we have on the channel for the first time, a birdcage chandelier is what I'm calling it. What do you think of that? And we're 75% active here. you know, so from this side right here directly, it looks good to go, you know. It's like one of my sarcastic videos, I guess. I just get kind of annoyed, you know. It's like, I don't know. I just wish there would be a little more effort into presenting a property, you know. I mean, I was on the roof of a townhome last week getting pine needles off of the roof so it shows better, you know. I mean, like, I care what the clients see. I care what the buyers, I want to sell the home. And part of that sometimes is rolling up your sleeves and doing a little work, you know. We get paid a lot of money to sell houses. So don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. Extra wide slider there with the plantation shutters. And again, I may get in trouble for, you know, talking the way I am in these videos. I always try to be positive, but some days I've just had enough, you know. Really nice granite countertops though. And then shaker style wood cabinets. So they have remodeled the kitchen as well at some point, all stainless appliances. This looks great. They probably took out those fluorescent lights with the plastic paneling and put in these recessed lights. So good job in the kitchen here, nice open space. You do have some room for stools over here on this side. Not sure what that circle's for, but it's there if you need it. Frigidaire gallery. So we do have higher end appliances too. You have the Frigidaire gallery dishwasher, Frigidaire gallery 5-burner gas range with oven. We have the Frigidaire gallery space saver microwave. All right, it's that time in the channel. Do we have a vent going outside? I'm gonna say yes because it's 1981. We do. All right, excellent. I think it's just when we get into the newer homes and the builders trying to save a buck go, okay, well, we're building 300 houses and to put in those vents, it costs, you know, I don't know, $500. So let's do the math. Hey, you know what? Let's just not put vents in there. People don't really need it, do they? So anyways, I'm ranting a lot today. I apologize. Double basin stainless sink. We have the dishwasher or the disposal button up top here. Faucet with the handle that comes off. Beautiful view of the pool from the kitchen here. And then Frigidaire gallery refrigerator here. And yeah, I mean, these are a little bit dated here, but a great brand, solid. And it's their elevated line. And then this is going to be the little kitchen nook area. Kind of like this wall here for separation. I don't think it really adds to the space to get rid of that. It looks like maybe this was the dining room because of that birdcage light. But then we again have a pretty dim light here in the room. And who knows, maybe the owners were light sensitive. I don't know. Maybe that's the case. We have this black wall here. And again, I'm nitpicking so much today. I don't know what my problem is, but I mean, if you have this black paint in the garage, like it will literally take a half hour to repaint this wall and then it's just nice and clean and ready to go. But who knows? I mean, sometimes maybe people just go, you know what? I don't want to do anything. I just want to sell it like it is, you know. Maybe we get a few less bucks for it, but I just need to get rid of it. I mean, that's okay. I mean, I guess that is the case sometimes. But, you know, I would be like, hey, let's just do a few little things here and try to maximize, you know, maybe you get $5,000 more out of it, you know, because it is that buyer perception and then the appraiser perception. But anyways, I'm going to try to be positive the rest of the video here as we walk out back. Look, a really nice LED, let's see. And it comes on. See, we have plugs in the wall there. Stucco looks to be in fantastic shape. We have cool decking all the way around the pool. This nice little covered area here, which just kind of blocks some sunlight. I don't think you're really going to do much with this space. Well, let's start looking around this 8,000 square foot yard. I really think that area outside on the front that you saw is part of this lot. Unless there's some sort of easement for something in the ground there, I don't see how it couldn't be part of this lot. Natural grass backyard here. You could resod this, reseed it. if you wanted to get that. But you know, the issue with this, if you see this grass here, and I used to own a landscaping company back in 2009 in San Diego, but see all this dirt here on the side, and then you kind of have the grass off to the left. Well, it's a sunlight issue. So all these oleander here, which give you nice privacy, but they're blocking the sunlight. So you're gonna have a really hard time getting grass to grow right on this edge, which is why it looks like this. You could turf all this out, it'd be real nice. I love the brick chimney here. And that wasn't negativity, that was just gardening facts, okay? Little firewood pile there. But it is a nice sized lot. I do like the shape of it, and then you just this kind of a play area, or maybe you could make it into an amazing dog run, put a little doggy door on the wall and fence it off. A lot of options there. And then we'll get back to this pool and take a close look at it in just a second. I love when we have these lights out back, these string lights. I think they always look so good at night. And then a really nice aluminum patio cover here, semi coverage. You have the beautiful pavers there, Old Town pavers, and plenty of room for a big table, chairs, to your outdoor grill here. I love this little raised area as well. Maybe you have your outdoor kitchen up there, have the table back here. We do have low voltage lighting that is on. That was that extension cord in the garage. And pretty private backyard, I would say. I mean, when I'm up here, I can kind of see in the neighbor's backyard over here, but that's it. Both sides, total privacy. They put up a privacy fence up there. New light. We have pool equipment back here. No pool heater. The AC units definitely look newer than 1981. This is going to be your pool fence. So on these videos where I say this fence is removable, that's what it looks like. You can kind of roll it up and stick it in the corner there. And then place for your trash cans. But again, no HOA. There's the service door and then a gate out front here. And you'll see all these little holes. This is where that fence would come in. So you could completely fence off this pool. Thank you for removing the fence. I think if it is removable, you should point it out, but you shouldn't have it up. It just makes the backyard look that much better. And then a very large pool. We have the steps down here. The tile looks to be in good shape. The pool pump is running. You have a little ladder there to get out. I like this little landscaped area here with the walls going up, the cactus in the corner. I mean, good looking backyard in my opinion. What's really funny about this house, I don't know if it's funny, but I want to point it out. This looks like your standard Las Vegas 2-story house on the back. But when you go to the front, looks like that vintage 80s style. Very cool. So yeah, big pool here. Take one more look from this side. So I'm Andrew Guiant with Simply Vegas. If you're thinking about buying, I have a buyer's guide. Just scan this QR code or put up the link that comes up here in your address bar. Sign up there. I don't share your information. I will send you out a brand new buyer's guide. I'm working with my system. The first buyer's guide you get is not mine. I'm gonna send you one personally. That's kind of automated in the system. I'll work that bug out in the future, but yeah, don't look at the first one and go, oh my gosh, this is lame. I will send you a real nice, beautiful buyer's guide here. Also, if you like this video, like my tours, give me a big thumbs up down there. Hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss these tours. If you're still here on the channel watching this video, please comment 1981. That shows me that you watched the whole thing, and I really, really appreciate you spending your valuable time with me out here. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thank you so much. I'm Andrew Guiant with Simply Vegas. If you want to get a hold of me, just give me a call. I'll answer my phone. My phone number is right there. And I love that, like the trees reflecting off the water. Very cool. All right, thank you so much, everyone. I'll see you on the next one tomorrow. Bye.